Hello friends, welcome back to Yoga with Paige and to our halfway renovated yoga studio. This class is a 15-minute deep lower body release and you might want to block for it, so I recommend grabbing that now and your mat and we can get started. We begin today in any comfortable seat, taking our first big breath to ground ourselves and come into the practice. We'll hold each posture for 30 seconds to around 1 minute to really fully allow a deep release. So we make our way to wide child's pose whenever you're ready, walking the hands out, widening the knees, bringing the big toes together. We're here for a few rounds of breath, releasing tension in the shoulders, sending the hips down, feeling them open up. Maybe we notice how tight we are in the beginning of our practice today. On your next exhale, gently lift the head, scoot the hands under the shoulders, and bring the knees under the hips. Tabletop pose. Finding gentle little hip sways. Maybe we take the hips to the left and then the right side. Just warming them up, taking big circles, whatever feels good to you. And meeting back in tabletop pose, where we extend the right leg out long. Our heel is in line with our left knee. Inhale, reach the left arm up, and exhale, thread the needle. Moving with the breath, inhale, reach up. We'll do this 2 more times. Exhale to thread. Noticing how this opens up our hips better with our leg extended, or just how it feels in the body. Finishing up, meeting in tabletop, and grounding through the left foot to raise the right behind, prepare for donkey kicks. Our foot is flexed and we pulse 10 times. Squeezing the glutes together, gripping through the fingers. Just little pulses. Coming back to tabletop to extend the left leg long and repeat on the other side. Grounding through the left hand, reaching the right up, big inhale, and exhale to thread. Moving with the breath, just gently opening up. Last one here. And then inhale, reach the arm up to finish it out, preparing for our donkey kicks. Sending the left foot up and strengthening through the glutes as we're active in the core, the shoulders, the hands, the whole body. Coming back down, tucking the toes and making our way into downward facing dog. Taking our time to get here, pedaling out through the feet and finding our static downward facing dog for a few moments. Reaching the crown of the head down, the hips up, feeling this beautiful lengthening happening in the backs of the legs as we send the heels down. One more big breath, and then ground through the left foot, bending the right knee, really trying to send the left heel down through the mat. Maybe we scoot that foot back a few inches to really wake up the calves and the hamstring. On your next exhale, sweeping that right leg up behind you, 3-legged dog. Keeping the hips nice and square, hold here. Find space wherever you can today. Then bend the knee, draw it into the chest, and release into our low lunge. Fingertips can stay on the mat. We're here for 30 seconds. Using our breath to help us find length on the inhale and sink deeper on the exhale. Breathing. And on your next exhale, gently send the hips back, flexing the right foot, half splits. Another 30 seconds here. We can always have the option to use our block if we would like to help us lift the chest, especially if we're tight today. We can always use props and things to help us. There's no judgment, no shame. And coming back to our flat foot, we lift the left knee and come into our lizard pose. I recommend using your block to help you stabilize here. Send that left heel back, reaching the chest up, really opening through the hip flexors. Breathing nice and deep, letting whatever thoughts and emotions come up for us during this practice, giving them a safe space. Releasing our block, planting the hands, taking the right ankle, crossing it over the left knee to drop the knee and find a deep glute stretch. So our back foot is still tucked. We're reaching the hands out in front of us to really sink into the hips. Find what feels good here, no matter what it looks like. One more big deep breath. And then we can gently untuck the left foot, come onto the sit bones, and make our way into cow face pose. Stacking the knees and reaching the left arm underneath the right. Finding length before we fold and only going as far as feels good. We still want our sit bones grounded down into the mat. On your next exhale, gently release the hands, lift the chest back up, and unravel, taking that right leg, stepping out to the corner of the mat, making space for our hips here, coming into a little variation of extended side angle, reaching that left arm overhead, spiraling the chest open, not dumping into the right knee. Still taking our awareness to the hips, feeling them open. And exhale, circle around, making our way back into tabletop and back into downward facing dog, where we prepare to do the other side. Grounding down through the right foot, we bend the left knee. Energetically reaching forwards with the fingers and back with the heel. Super strong and active in this pose. And on your next exhale, gently come through to raise the left leg up, three-legged dog. Holding here for a breath, feeling your strength. Then bend the knee and gently make your way through the chest into a low lunge. Releasing the right knee down, lifting the chest up, big inhale, fill the nostrils, the lungs, the belly with air. And then exhale it all out, sending the pelvis down. One more breath. Maybe we go a little bit deeper. And on your next exhale, gently send the hips back, coming into our half splits. Taking whatever variation suits your practice today. Inhaling to find length in the spine, and exhaling to fold. Continuing to move with the breath, and just observing ourselves. Releasing, shifting our weight back onto the left foot to come into our lizard pose. Taking our time to get there, moving carefully with love. Inhale, lots of love in for yourself, and exhale, send it all out to yourself, to the world. Beautiful. Exhale to gently release, planting the hands on the inside of the foot to cross the left ankle over the knee and send the hips back. Pressing away from the mat, using its support to help you deepen your practice. Always coming back to the breath when the mind wanders. Using these quiet, still moments to calm down the nervous system and relieve tension. Whenever you're ready, we can gently press back to find our cow face pose. Inhaling the arms out long and exhaling to try to meet palms. Again, only going as far as feels good. Wherever you feel this deep glute stretch, that's where you should stay. Wherever we can breathe easy and feel good. One more big deep breath, and then we unravel and send that left foot out to the angle to the corner of the mat for our side angle variation. Send the pelvis forward, open through the hips. Spiral the chest open and up, filling up with love and light. And on your next exhale, we can gently sweep the arm around and come back into our tabletop pose to meet in downward facing dog. Sending the right leg up, three-legged dog, bend the knee and stack the hips, pushing that foot to the other side of the room. Seeing how much space you can open up, how we can expand. One more big breath, and exhale, three-legged dog. Coming into our pigeon pose on the right side, finding our comfy spot before gently releasing down onto the elbows, the forehead, whatever variation feels good to you. We're here for about a minute, focusing on releasing tension in the hips and the shoulders. Letting go to make room for new. Coming back up, tucking the left toes. We're going to plant the hands and come into Skandasana. So flexing that left foot, coming into our side lunge here, taking a breath or two with the hands up, feeling the inner groins open. And if we want to deepen this, we can start slowly sending the sit bones down towards the mat and taking a side bend as we still reach that right knee back, opening. This might feel a little awkward. And on your next exhale, we can pivot to the front of the mat to sweep that right leg back, three-legged dog, to meet in downward facing dog. Sending the left leg up, preparing for the other side, bending the knee, stacking the hips, trying to gaze under that shoulder, gripping through the fingers. One more breath. And then we exhale to three-legged dog. Bend the knee, taking it in through the chest before coming into our pigeon pose. Playing with the angle of our foot and our hips until we find what feels the best, that we can release and surrender into. Big, deep breaths, allowing whatever you need to come up for you. We moved through a lot of hip openers today, and those tend to release some stored emotions we may not even know we're feeling. So give yourself grace. Whenever you're ready, we can gently move into our Skandasana side lunge. Inhale, lifting the heart up, and exhale to sink down into the hips. Taking or trying the same variation we did on the other side. Remembering that we all have to start from somewhere, each pose, each journey, each habit. So wherever you are is exactly where you're supposed to be. And we're going to end this practice with a few little windshield wipers, finding a small twist in the back, and just gently cooling down the legs. Whenever you feel all balanced out, we meet in bound angle pose. Pulling the chest up, nice big breath of air, sending the soles of the feet together, feeling the energy that's housed inside of us. One big breath. And I invite you to take any other small movements or postures that your body is calling for after that short lower body practice. I can also link upper body classes for you down below if you feel a little uneven. I hope you enjoyed this class and you have a great rest of your day. I look forward to seeing you on the mat again very soon. Namaste, my friend.